So, the first touring party of wrestlers has touched down at London's Heathrow Airport, and apparently been greeted by armies of cheering fans. "I'm amazed," Yokozuna Onosato said. "A lively atmosphere indeed. I'm really looking forward to the actual event." Asked how he'd coped with the 14-hour-plus flight, he said, "I barely noticed it, as I was sleeping for the most part." Although Tokyo was unusually cold on the Saturday he departed, his kimono-wrapped skin felt colder still in his new London surroundings. "Now to get used to where I am, and give the event my best shot," he said. As Yokozuna, he flew first class, along with sumo board members. Kotozakura, as Ozeki, would have been entitled to the same had he been fit to come. Kirishima, who as a sekiwake was assigned to business class, said, "The journey was more fun than expected. The cold weather is just like Mongolia, so I'm not too bothered. It's a fresh experience for me, so I just want to enjoy it." Senior referees and Maegashira-ranked men were also in business class, among them Sadanoumi, who despite being 38, has never before done an overseas tour. For the last such event in 2013, he was still in Division 3, and therefore not selected. "In a sense, I had felt pangs of regret that I'd never done an event abroad despite 23 years of fighting," he said. "It's good to be here, and a top aim of mine is to buy some decent souvenirs, as my family are demanding them." Meanwhile, back at Tokyo's Haneda Airport, the second party of wrestlers was preparing for takeoff. They're divided up just in case. Yokozuna Hoshoryu, who was leader of the pack, said, "I'm excited about my first trip to London. I think the UK is a great place, and there are lots of things I want to see. I have a heavy responsibility to perform as a Yokozuna, and really want to carry that out. I want to show the crowds over there that this is what sumo is." Boarding with him was Takayasu, who, despite being in business class, voiced concerns over possible economy class syndrome. Economy, by the way, is where the attendants and lower-ranked staff are seated. "It's a far longer flight than it was to Jakarta in 2013, he said, "so it will be tougher. I'll be making sure to keep walking around." Reacting, I think, to how the place is portrayed on Japanese TV, he said, "I think London is elegant and refined, an amazing city overall, and I want to have fun there, as well as teach the locals sumo culture and put on a pleasing show. I hope the whole event becomes a memory to treasure." The salaried wrestlers will fight on 5 straight days, with the man with the highest score receiving the one-off title. If they follow the format of 1991, I'd think we could expect the following. Each day will commence with a training session which will see wrestlers, mostly lower-level ones, fight real practice bouts, much as they would do on a Japanese tour. They'll be giving plenty in those. Hopefully all survive unscathed, but there will be some injury risk. The actual competition bouts will see the big names hit quite hard and grapple with effort, but cannot be fought at Japan tournament intensity, as the men cannot risk getting injured. I would think they'd resemble those of a one-day knockout event, like this one here. As you've heard, the wrestlers have been strictly tasked with conveying pro-sumo culture, and that means showing reverence for the Yokozuna. Back in 1991, both Yokozuna at the time reached the final day without loss. One of them, the current chairman, beat the other, the just-retired Master Isegahama, then took a single-match playoff against another unbeaten man, the owner of Chanko Kotogame, to stride away with the crown and deliver a brief English speech at the end. Based on that, I'd expect both Onosato and Hoshoryu to reach their final day showdown on 4-0, with Onosato going on to win. I think Sumo Chiefs would like the big burly Japanese guy to parade as their London champion. But of course, several decades have passed since 1991, So maybe they will come up with something else. Here on Japanese shores, meanwhile, sumo carries on, with hundreds of lower division wrestlers perhaps enjoying stable life more now their overbearing seniors are absent overseas. They will be heading down to Kyushu camps in about 10 days' time. In the city, stable meet and greets have continued. The men from Oshima, for example, appearing near the main Tokyo fish market to shake the hands of punters on both days this weekend. Friday, meanwhile, saw Daiki Mita appointed ceremonial police chief for the day in his native Tochigi's major city of Utsunomiya. He was made to read a speech filled with gags, for example, "We must spread awareness of crime prevention to push crime out of the dohyo on which our daily lives take place and aim to build safer communities." He also presented 7 elderly residents with automatic phone call recording devices to help raise awareness of telephone scamming, as well as handed out leaflets and goods related to the matter.